have banded together to mount a rogue offensive aimed at defeating the sitting president of their own party. They call themselves the Lincoln Project, named for the party of Lincoln.
The ex-president, Trump, has a reputation for being a tough guy. However, it has been reported that he shed a tear due to a recent parody ad by the Lincoln Project. This surprising news has sparked conversations and questions regarding the contents of the ad that caused even the confident Trump to cry. We will explore the ad to uncover the reason behind this unexpected emotional reaction.
God said, I need a corrupt man who is above the law and immune from justice. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who will use violence to seize power. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man whose followers will call black white, call evil good, and call criminals hostages. So God made a dictator.
God searched for someone skilled at failing in every aspect except for deceit and empty promises, to reside in a palace of gold and convince the struggling masses that they're their savior. Enter Trump. However, hope for democracy in the U.S. remains alive through the Lincoln Project, a beacon committed to safeguarding fundamental rights and liberties. With the Labor Day week came the establishment of a war room by the Republican operatives behind this super PAC, led by consultants Steve Schmidt and Rick Wilson. They've been relentlessly campaigning against Trump, deploying the same hard-hitting ads they used against Democratic opponents. One such ad, Regret, features comedian David Cross enumerating a laundry list of Trump's shortcomings, including blatant racism, crass sexism, deranged narcissism, and pandering to Nazis. The ad has set screens ablaze with a jaw-dropping moment that will shock viewers. You'll be left in shock as chaos and disaster surround you, and a voice cries out in agony, expressing deep remorse for ever supporting Trump. This moment is so intense and unbelievable, it's as if the sky itself has opened up to condemn past mistakes. Prepare to witness a cinematic masterpiece of regret that will leave you in awe.
I am starting to regret my vote for Trump.
One group of messages is designed to sway Republican voters by highlighting the dangers of Trump's divisive tendencies. Another group of ads is aimed at rattling one specific person, the president himself. These ads speak directly to Trump, such as the one that focuses on his Tulsa rally and calls attention to the consequences of his actions. The ad's carefully chosen words, sad, low energy, weak, not only critique Trump's demeanor, but also cast doubt on his presidency. This unflinching portrayal may strike a nerve and prompt tears from the man behind the title, as even the truth presented in an ad can be hard to accept. The ad serves as a powerful reckoning, holding a mirror up to the highest office in the land and revealing cracks in its foundation.
And can't deliver. Sad, weak, low energy, just like your presidency, just like you.
Even supporters are now adding their voices to the chorus of criticism against President Trump. One outspoken critic noted that over the past 4 years, Trump has insulted just about everyone, and now it's his turn to face criticism. The founders of the Lincoln Project, who consider themselves to be Trump experts, hit a nerve with the president when he responded with his usual Twitter and media attacks. Trump predictably labeled their organization as the Losers Project. The founders of the Lincoln Project are like anthropologists studying Trump, as they carefully anticipate his every move, collecting a wealth of material to use against him at the perfect moment. Recently, they released an ad called P that skillfully contrasted images of honorable military service with Trump's derogatory comments about members of the armed forces.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
No, Donald, you're wrong. They are heroes because they were captured.
The Lincoln Project coincidentally released their ad just as news broke of Trump's alleged derogatory comments towards fallen soldiers during a 2018 visit to France. In response to the ensuing public outrage, the Lincoln Project urged their followers on Twitter to showcase real heroes using #We'reSpecVets. The hashtag quickly gained traction, becoming the leading topic in politics on Twitter within an hour. The Lincoln Project continued their campaign with an ad titled Parasite, targeting Senator Lindsey Graham's unwavering loyalty to Trump. During a routine morning meeting, the Florida strategist Rick Wilson was questioned by a reporter on the group's tactics. Wilson responded, "Parasites don't care if they feed off a good host or an evil one. Wilson expressed indifference towards Trump's choice of language, stating that he did not care. He also made it clear that he was not running for president. Schmidt, who had worked on McCain's presidential campaign and is now a Trump critic on MSNBC, reminded everyone present of Trump's track record of insulting people, including Gold Star families and the disabled. Despite these negative comments, the project continued to support Joe Biden and aired ads that highlighted his positive traits, such as his decency. They believe it is time for a leader who embodies decency.
It's time for decency. It's time for Joe Biden.
In their quest to target key swing states like Florida, Arizona, and Pennsylvania, the founders of the Lincoln Project strategized on how to maximize their advertising efforts. Stuart Stevens, a seasoned advisor with experience from 5 presidential campaigns, suggested a focused approach similar to running 3 governors' races. He advised against tackling every issue at once, highlighting the importance of efficient resource allocation. The founders quickly decided to address the recent disclosure from Bob Woodward's book, Rage, that Trump had known about the severity of the coronavirus since February, but downplayed its threat. They produced a concise video and utilized social media to spread the message with the hashtag #Trump, new trending at #1 before the meeting concluded. Filmmakers Pfizer Stevens, Kareem Amir, and Amy Redford arrived to document the project's progress. Stevens, a Hollywood actor and vocal liberal activist, had initially considered creating anti-Trump ads himself, but now found himself immersed in the Lincoln Project's mission. Stevens was surprised to find that every idea he came up with had already been done by the Lincoln Project, a group known for their tireless work output. He was impressed by their consistent production and wondered who these dedicated individuals were. One of the founders, Mike Madrid, had joined the Republican Party in the 90s with the goal of empowering his Latino community. Despite being a political director for the Republican Party in California, he was disheartened by colleagues who supported Trump's disparagement of immigrants. Madrid's sentiments were echoed by Schmidt, who publicly left the party in 2018 and criticized the administration's policy of separating migrant families at the border, which he likened to the worst abuses of humanity in history. Similarly, Galen became increasingly concerned about Trump's actions when he observed the deployment of unmarked officers against Black Lives Matter protests. All 3 men shared a fear that the current GOP posed a danger to American democracy. The Republican principles have been violated with unchecked federal power at the state level, which is a stark deviation. Ron Stalow, the only millennial founder and a political strategist, has stressed the harsh truth that the younger generation must confront. Our generation is realizing that democracy is not something that can be assumed. The Lincoln Project has an impressive 2.